All right, enough with the New Testament. Let's go back into the Old Testament to one of the minor prophets, Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. A question that we're familiar with, that we hear people quoting regularly. Do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? Now, loyalty is a godly trait that enables you to commit to someone else despite theirs and your imperfections. It requires patience, forgiveness, commitment, and abandoning the right to quit. Now, of course, your ultimate loyalty is to God, but He can bring other relationships into your life and require that you express loyalty to Him through them. That means their problems become yours. Their happiness is your goal, and their best interests are paramount. Now, are you a loyal person? Is your loyalty ultimately to God, or is it to doctrine, politics, or your own needs? Now, there are many examples of loyalty in the Bible, but perhaps the most moving is Ruth. If you go to Ruth chapter 1, read the story for yourself, and you'll see how Ruth could have stayed in her homeland after her husband died, but she determined and decided to be loyal to her mother-in-law, Naomi. She went back to Bethlehem with Naomi, and lo and behold, she found her second husband after her first husband had died, and she and that husband are in the family tree of Jesus. Now, when you read that story, make it your aim to follow Ruth's example of loyalty and commitment to the situation God has placed you in during these days. Now, before you go away, let's see what Paul wrote in Galatians 5, just a few verses. Galatians 5:13, you, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love. For the entire law is fulfilled in keeping this one command, love your neighbor as yourself. Boy, that's a good definition of loyalty. If you bite and devour each other, watch out, or you will be destroyed by each other. Now, in those verses, you see some practical advice on how to walk with others, and it's all defined by love. That's it for today. Come on back tomorrow. We'll look at another question at that time.